Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome to Gossip, brought to you by DOPStv. Now this is a program, yes, that discusses current hot issues and not gossip. I'm Sharifah Leah, and today with my friends we have Iman Salam, we have Sulim, and we also have Anita Abu Bakar, and we're going to discuss the concept of modern Islam in relations to women.
When I was told about it, I was like, okay, talk about liberalism in Islam. And I was like,
how?
Hey Siri, what's liberalism in Islam? And even Siri was like, liberalism and Islam. So I was like, yeah, that's how I know it.
So, but that's the thing. I'm severely pregnant right now, and I'm currently almost always on a pregnant brain mode. So all it could come out of that was liberalism, modern Islam. How?
Is it oxymoron?
Yeah. So okay.
Is it an oxymoron though? I think we tend to think that liberalism and modern don't go along with Islam, as if we're shackled, and being modern is something like a foreign concept.
Yeah.
But I think Islam, I mean, they say that, you know, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came and he liberated women. We didn't have rights before Islam. So if you look at it from that point of view, then
okay, so maybe we can narrow it down a bit for this first segment. In Malaysia, some women are finding it increasingly difficult to balance modernity with Islamic values. Maybe that's more of the question.
So I today have a story to share, and this is through my own experience.
All right.
Okay, so since we're already at this very uncomfortable topic, you know, a lot of people, you know, we really don't want to talk about this, but I want to share something that is also very uncomfortable. Okay, this dunya that we're chasing after, that we think is permanent. This was how I was kind of shackled with the shaitan and my desires and my nafs and everything. Because what happened was, when I was, you know, I studied in the States. So I was there for about 7 years, and I worked there. I was very driven. So I brought that kind of value back here when I came back to Malaysia. What happened was, I became a slave of my own self. Okay? So I was climbing up this corporate ladder. But then what happened was, I got married, had kids, and then I thought to myself, you know what? I think I've got to do a change. You know, I wanted the money, I wanted recognition, you know, it was a lot of the nafs and everything. And so, you know, Islam liberated me. So what happened was, I went to that path of my hijrah. You know, this hijab that we wear, you know, a lot of liberals, what did they say? It oppresses us. But for me, this is progress for me. And a lot of people think, you know, Islam, there's no such thing as freedom of speech, you know, there's no such thing as, you know, freedom of press, etc. There is, to a certain extent, because, you know, total freedom does not exist in Islam, of course not. Okay, because you have to have restrictions.
Yes, of course. Right, but that's the beauty of it, though.
Because
if not grounded, I mean, you know, I mean, like, it's dunya. If you're not grounded, then what exactly are you working for?
Exactly. You can't do things. You can't think that you can do anything, and then there's no consequences to it.
There's a balance.
There's a balance. So for me, that's how Islam liberated me, and that's, you know, my definition of, you know, liberalism.
And that's that's great. You chose to create your own narrative rather than follow what, you know, the kind of rat race that we're told we need to do.
If you want to be a strong, independent woman, you've got to go against the odds, pretend that you're a man, and you know. And I read something earlier. It's like, why do you want to pretend that you're a man? Why do you want to assume the responsibilities of a man? I mean, in all. You know, and the understanding of being a strong, independent woman is being a strong, independent woman. Be amazing at what you do and you can do, and what Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, you know, said you could do.
The thing is, you know, people have this perception that if you're a woman, you're a mom, you know, you can't go out and work, you know, for example, right? But really, you know, when you're a woman and you're a mom, the first thing you are, you're an educator, you're a teacher. So how can you be a good teacher if you don't go out there, you know, to learn? You know, Rasulullah even said, you know, it's obligatory upon, you know, men and women to seek knowledge. So, you know, woman's place is not just at home. You know,
we forget that Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, she was a businesswoman. I mean, she is somebody that actually, I mean, she was technically we should all look up to her. And
single parent, working woman, independent, fell in love with the right man, you know, and made that.
Or I would venture out to say he fell in love with her.
Yeah, I truly think that.
So
because she was independent and she was a businesswoman.
Yeah, imagine now men don't want to marry someone who's above them, who's making more money, who's in a higher class.
Who's smarter and
Exactly. So yeah, that brings back to in Malaysia, where women are finding it increasingly difficult. Yes, there are men like that who are very supportive and everything, but then there is this in the realm of the ladies itself, we have that group where it's not modern enough. This is not, you know, and they do find it difficult to balance it out. I for one felt that in the beginning of my hijrah. I think my hijrah was like 5 years ago, and at that time I was divorced. I had 2 daughters. So already the pressure is like, you know, okay, you're a single woman now, you have to be a good role model to your 2 daughters. And at that moment in time, that's when I said, okay, enough. I want to take control. I put on my headscarf and said, okay, inshallah, this is my journey. And got closer to Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
So you know what I mean? So that for me, that was how I was going to find my balance in dunya, in akhirah. But what the reactions that I got were, why?
But
you're like at the peak of your career. Isn't that going to, like, you know, isn't that scarf going to like close doors? So you know what I mean? So I feel for women like that as well. Maybe
I think we, you know, we're too judgmental. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just thinking that you know, this is something. I think this is a really big problem in our society right now, is that we're supposed to be Muslims, good Muslims, yet we're so busy judging other people, and everybody's in their own journey. I just think that we shouldn't be judging each other. And you mentioned a few times that in Malaysia, but I kind of think, is it just Malaysia?
Yeah.
It's everywhere in the world.
I haven't lived outside of Malaysia for more than a month, so you know what I mean? So that's basically where you guys come in as well. Do you feel it anywhere else as well?
Yeah, I feel it.
I
feel it. Like it's all worldwide.
And the judging, but also, you know, the judgment can come from men, but I think as women as well, we are our worst critic. We should be raising each other up, and we know how hard the struggle is.
Yeah, we should all be inspiring each other.
And focusing on the more positive parts.
Instead of the negatives, right? You know, when I first converted, people were like, "What are you, Shafi'i, Hanafi?" And I was like, "I'm a Muslim."
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's me, Sharifah Leah, or Leah, and did you like it? I know you liked it. I liked it because I liked it. I really loved it. So yeah, and I want to do it again. So I tell you what, how about you guys watch the remaining episodes or the upcoming episodes by subscribing to DOPStv. Okay, gossip. This is fun. It's because I know you liked it. I liked it. So yeah, subscribe. Okay, dah.